Oh, I'm pale. Hello, and welcome back to the Plies and Hellhounds channel. We are a crafty puppy interrupted channel coming to you from Central Connecticut. I'm your human host, Gabby. You can find me everywhere online as Gabby Gales, and I have hand-dyed yarn that I sell online as well at Plies and Hellhounds and pliesandhellhounds.com. Today, we are in my sunroom slash moonroom. This video is, we're diving into house things. We are diving into DIY and house makeover stuff and just everything. I wanted to complete this room. This was the project that I have been focusing on during August and just everything, and it's been really nice and something to work on that I have. My craft Joe has literally come back within the last week. Like, I have not been knitting or reading or spinning or anything. I have been basically just focusing on this, and now it's done. Sorry, the dogs are outside, and I am basically in a giant window room, so I'm just making sure that they're not getting into anything mischievous. But yeah, so in this video we're gonna go through us finishing this room. It's not finished by any means, but I will talk about that later. It has been a project over a couple of weeks, just between my schedule and Jake's schedule and life at this very moment. This is like the first this style of video that I think I've ever done, so I'm hoping this turns out okay and is not too choppy. I tried to film as much as I could, but also, you know, there's only so much footage of my back painting that could be interesting. So let's get into what we did in this room. I hope the echo is not too bad either, because there is some tall ceilings in here. Starting off, we used Sherwin-Williams Anchors Away in the eggshell base color thing. We painted the walls, the ceiling, the trim, everything in this color. I just kind of wanted it to like disappear into the night when it was dark out, and just also be like a warm, moody expanse during the day. Jake did help me with painting around the ceiling fan because I was not tall enough and I'm terrified of heights. So most of this painting was just me profusely sweating because I had to be standing on a very tall ladder to get the trim and the edges, especially for like the ceiling and the corners of the ceiling. But Jake is not afraid of heights and also very tall, so he was very kind and helped me cut out the fan base. And the next day we did our second coat because all the walls in the house were a very light gray, white, bluish tint kind of thing. We did 2 coats of every room just to make sure that we really covered everything up. So that's what I did the next day. We ended up replacing all the outlets in this room. Something was tripping the breaker, and we assumed it was probably the outlets. Maybe they were a little bit older. They weren't wired all the way. Not all the way, but like, I don't know, electrician stuff. So recommended was to change the outlets. So we did that, and we went from like an off-white, or probably was once white, but is now like a weird yellow, to black outlets. It did not fix the problem. There's still no power to any of these outlets. So an electrician is on our list of people to call. But now I have black outlets and black light switches. So it's very, very much vibes. I had planned on replacing or painting the fan blades to match all the walls and ceilings, but then realized when I took them down to clean them that fan blades are reversible, or at least these ones were, and I did not know that. So I chose the black side after a thorough cleaning because the house was pretty much vacant for like 3 months between it being bought and then being sold again and then being bought by us. So everything just needed a deep clean. And then at some point in June, I ordered these driftwood cordless Roman shades from Lowe's for like a dark tiki cabana, moody night court style of blind, just to give a little bit of contrast in between like the walls and the white of the windows. And Jake was very kind and installed them for me because I don't remember what I did since I ordered them in June, and it's now September when they went on the walls. For a little spot of whimsy, I got these, I think they're for nurseries, but these gold star stickers off of Amazon. I took one sheet and I dry brushed the navy onto them, so there was a little bit of just like depth to those stars. And then I spent an afternoon putting them up on the ceiling. I did do 2 constellations. I have the Pisces constellation on the left, and I am putting the Taurus constellation on the right because Jake and I are a Pisces and a Taurus, and For the outlet covers and light switch covers, I spray painted them blue and then did a couple coats of a metallic gold bronze to make them look fancy. And with that, I will see you in the final reveal. Hi, Audrey. What's up, Papa? Oop, okay, now everything's all messed up. Like I said, this room is not finished. We do have a couple other things we want to do. I want to update our shoe rack. That thing is either 10 years old, we got it in our first apartment when Jake and I moved in together, or Jake bought it for his room before we moved in together, so it might be older than that. And Jake has size 13 feet. I have work boots. We have put this thing through its paces. So I would like to get something that's a little bit more sturdy and aesthetically pleasing to look at. And you know, just something that doesn't catch dog hair underneath it all the time, because this room is sunken in a little bit. So Aruba, Marvin, the paranoid robot, does not get down here, so the dog hair kind of just like collects down here until I do my like weekly floor clean thing. So I want to do that, and we want to get like a cabinet to put underneath this counter for kitchen appliance storage, cookbook storage, just general kitchen-y storage stuff. We have a ton in the kitchen, but we love a kitchen appliance, food processors, stand mixers, pizza pizzazzes, air fryers, waffle makers. We're both big like home cooks / restaurant cooks. We're both big into cooking and baking and all that, so we want something that we will be able to use as storage but keep nearby to the kitchen. And then the final project I want to do in here is a plant wall. I have always wanted, since 2020, a black plant wall, and I think this room is perfect for it. It's east facing with north and south windows, so it is amazing for plants. And I would like to either find a bookshelf or like build floating shelves to put on this wall to fill with plants and cookbooks and knickknacks and trinkets of whimsy and whatnot. So that is, I think, kind of like the final things. Maybe get a rug in here. We'll see how winter is. It is a tile floor, so it's real nice in the summer, but maybe it'll get too cold in the winter. I don't know. We don't know what this house is going to do once we get to winter. This is our first pretty much finished room of the house, and that is a little weird to say, but also like super exciting that at least like we got one thing kind of done and checked off of the list within the first June, July, August, within like the first 6 months of living here. That's huge, and I'm very happy with that. Maybe add more bird feeders. Yeah, I love this room. This is where I make my coffee, I sit down, I plan out my day in my Hobonichi cousin planner. I played my Stardew Valley in the morning here. I've been knitting here during the day. During the work day, I've been coming up because it's just been too hot in the basement, which is a weird sentence to say. We've got, my friend Sam sent me a bird feeder in either the end of July or August, just kind of as a a thing to focus on. And I'm now a bird lady. So we have the bird feeder that she got us, and we got a window bird feeder and a window hummingbird feeder, and I got one of those like cage ones to put fiber in for their nests and stuff, because I have a fleece that is too matter for me to deal with at this moment. So it's for the burbs now, but it was a free fleece. I'm not upset about it. I will be fine. I do have plans for more bird feeders. I have plans for, we have 2 ravens that frequent the area. A couple crows, not as much as the ravens, but I do have a plan to lure them in with peanut wreaths. So that's also something I want to work on this year, is get my murder of ravens or crows, or all of them. Not all 3. Let's get some murder, some crows, and some ravens. My plan to get my crows and ravens back is happening. They're in the area. I'm luring them in. It hasn't totally worked yet, but I have gotten their attention. So yeah, I love this room. It's so nice. It's real nice to like eat dinner. The overhead light is very dim. So it's not like a blinding overhead light, so I don't mind it. I do eventually, I think, want to get some like side lights to put like on the tall part of the wall on either side, just for some more like ambiance lighting, but I don't think it needs it that much. The kitchen is almost done. I guess logic would say to just move that way. The kitchen, we just need to paint the trim. And there's a medallion underneath the ceiling fan up here, so I want to paint that so it's fancy. And I bought another ceiling fan / light that's a little bit shorter than this one, because Jake does not fit under this one. He fits in like 95% of our house. 2% of it is the kitchen light. So I bought another one, hopefully that he can walk underneath safely, or at least it's not glass and at eye level. So maybe it'll just like ding him in the head and not like hit him in the brow bone, because he has walked into it a couple times already. And then maybe move that one into the living room, because the living room is just like one of those boob lamps. But I think having a fan in there would be really nice, especially when we get the fireplace working, for a little bit more air circulation and heat circulation. And that's my first finished room of the house, I think. Thank you so much for joining us this week and having us back. It feels good to be back doing YouTube things. I did not mean to take an entire 2 months off, but that's what happens sometimes. YouTube was one of the things that I knew that like I could put off to the side to focus on other things. So I'm very glad to be back. I've got a couple other videos planned and like getting prepped. I'm very ahead of schedule for September, for the rest of the month, and to go into October. October is also going to be busy because Rhinebeck is coming up and we are vending at India Entangled again, and I'm so excited for it. Oh my God, the hummingbird's back. I'm trying to move very slowly so I don't scare him. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us here. If you want to support us more, you can shop our yarn at pliesandhellhounds.com, or for $8 a month, you can support us on Patreon and you get an extra weekly chat from us, early access to clubs, and more behind the scenes of Plies and Hellhounds. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.